Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this one. This is my BETMGM Premier League Darts Week 11 review and my Week 12 preview as we have a quick recap on what happened last night in the Premier League Darts. And we'll start off with the quarterfinals then. Starting off then with Peter White against Hugh Humphreys. Hugh Humphreys coming from 4-1 down against Smith by Peter White to win 6-4. And nothing's just done Peter White's way, unfortunately, is it? Nothing's went Peter White's way. And Hugh Humphreys at the end of the day completed a comeback with Peter White. SB also probably finished Humphreys off. But Hugh Humphreys, he knows how to come back as well. He knows how to come back. Not the best performance from Humphreys, but he came back from 4-1 down to win 6-4, and he knows how to come back. Next up, then we saw Rob Cross against Stuart Getler in a very good standard last year decider between the two players. For me, this was the match where Rob Cross, for me, needed to win to try and keep his playoff hopes alive. It's now a big ask now for Rob Cross, as he did use the last year decider to Stuart Getler. Stuart Getler, he's just clutch, isn't he? He's just clutch in last year deciders. Whenever it does the last year decider, unfortunately, got no chance. And Stuart Getler, to be honest with you. And Rob Cross, one of them players, isn't he, who will make it difficult for you because he is a hard player to beat. But Rob Cross, I think that's his playoff hopes now over, unfortunately for him, as Stuart Getler strengthens his spot in the playoffs with a 6-5 win over Rob Cross. Up next, then we saw Durham Price and Michael Smith both out. Again, this is what I'm saying about Michael Smith. He now throws 104 over 100 in his first game, and then the next game is a complete drop off. And Durham Price, and this has been with Durham Price, isn't it? I think this has been the doubles, hasn't it, for Durham Price in this Premier League campaign? That's let him down. I think his scoring's been good. I think Durham Price's scoring's been good. This has been his finishing doubles, hasn't it? That has probably cost Durham Price points and potentially a payoff spot. But obviously, I said it last week, Durham Price and Pete White were well tripped, weren't they? And they are now well tripped from finishing the playoffs. Michael Smith, a big win though. Big win for Michael Smith in the race to the playoffs to keep his horse alive. With 6-3 win over Durham Price in a very good standard game between the two players. But then, same old missing doubles for Durham Price cost him in another match. Up next then, under pressure, Mike Van Duren. Down to this week, Mike Van Duren was under pressure. Mike Van Duren. He was under pressure. And there was a lot of questions asked about him potentially dropping out the playoffs, the defending champion. And this is what I'm saying about Van Duren. When he's under the most pressure, when questions are asked about him, he turns up. He ends up getting the win. And he got a win in the battle against Nathan Aspinall, in the white battle, 6-4 against Nathan Aspinall. And I think that defeat for Aspinall now puts him under pressure from the eyes of Michael Smith, chasing him down for that final playoff spot. Especially when we go on to the rest of the night, what it means for Van Duren. But Mike Van Duren, this is what I'm saying about him. When he's under pressure, he is the best player under pressure. Mike Van Duren, one of the best players I've seen when he's under pressure from the media as well. He comes up clutch, Mike Van Duren. And by the way, Mike Van Duren did not play his best at all throughout the whole night. Still not played his best. But he showed that winner's mentality, still managed to get through. And he had a really tough night as well, Mike Van Duren, in terms of players he had to play. And yeah, massive win over Nathan Aspinall that win moved Van Duren above Nathan Aspinall in terms of the top four in the Premier League table as well. Now on to the semi-finals. Once again, another meeting between Luke Humphries and Luke Yetter. And Luke Yetter, since the World Championship final defeated Luke Humphries, Luke Yetter now leads 6-0 against Luke Humphries in the meetings. All of a sudden, Luke Humphries can't seem to beat Luke Yetter after beating him in the World Final. But once again, the last year decider, Luke Yetter just tons of plus, doesn't he? In the last year decider. But yeah, Luke Yetter was definitely the better player. Especially when you look at the averages as well. 107 average for Luke Yetter, 95 average for Luke Humphries. You would expect Luke Humphries to obviously to average better. But Luke Yetter made it through to yet another final, his third final in the war in the Premier League darts. Looking to win 3 nights in the war as he went on to play Mike Van Duren in the final after Mike Van Duren beat Michael Smith 6-4. This is what I'm saying about Michael Smith. He averaged 104 in his first game, then complete drop-off. But then, both players, both Smith and Van Duren, weren't at the best either. And Van Duren, that's the thing about Van Duren. He deaths through games, doesn't he? Deaths through games. This is why he is the second greatest stars player behind Phil Taylor, Mike Van Duren. He knows how to win, even when he's not playing at his best. When he's under the most pressure as well. When he's under the most pressure this week, Mike Van Duren, with Michael Smith closing the gap on him in terms of the rest of the playoffs as well. Then Mike Van Duren just seems to come up clutch when he's under pressure. Mike Van Duren, that's what he does best. 6-4 win over Michael Smith, which meant the final was Luke Yetter against Mike Van Duren. As Mike Van Duren and Luke Humphries were the only players to win 3 nights in the war. Luke Yetter was looking to be the next player to win 3 nights in the war, but he was completely denied in the final by Mike Van Duren. As especially now when we go into Rotterdam in week 12, the home country of Mike Van Duren, the Netherlands. Mike Van Duren gets a must-needed night win, wins his 4th night win of this Premier League campaign. Despite to night winning ways, Mike Van Duren with a 6-3 win over Luke Yetter. Again, not a great performance. Not the best performance from Mike Van Duren. Luke Yetter was way off it. But Mike Van Duren comes up close when questions start to be asked about him, when he's under pressure as well, as Mike Van Duren wins week 11 of the Premier League darts. As we now look at the league table, what that means for the league table, and that night win for Mike Van Duren has now put him back on track for qualifying for the playoffs, as he now moves up to 3rd in the table. Luke Yetter is in 1st with 26 points. Humphries 2nd with 24. Van Duren 3rd with 22. So all of a sudden that top 3 can now change all of a sudden as Van Duren puts himself back in the midst. Back in the midst to try and finish top of the table, even though it don't matter about finishing top of the table. But Mike Van Duren now, he will want to play. Mike Van Duren will want to play the likes of Nathan Aspinall or Michael Smith in the semi-final. In the playoffs, won't he? So Mike Van Duren will now be chasing down that top spot, Mike Van Duren. So the thing is for Van Duren, you would rather play. I think Van Duren now, he will want to chase that top spot down so he can play Nathan Aspinall or Michael Smith in the semi-finals, which is still going to be a tough playoff game for him, but it's more winnable than against Luke Yetter and Luke Humphries. Van Duren would rather play Yetter or Humphries in the final, in my opinion. That's where he would rather play them. But you don't know, do you? You don't know. Van Duren might rather play Aspinall or Smith in the final, as it's probably more winnable. But yeah, but for me, Van Doren will be chasing down that top spot now to give him probably the the winnable semi-final, more the playoff, the more the playoff, more winnable playoff semi-final against Arsenal or Smith, which I think it will be between. In my opinion, I think it's going to be bid ask now for Rob Cross when you're up that table for him to get in the playoffs. Price is already done. Price is obviously out of it for me, and obviously Peter White with the 4 points, he's already out of it as well. So we do now go into week 12, where Mike Van Doren, who obviously won night 11, now does. Mike Van Doren will now have the 12 support, especially now in Rotterdam. Going back to the Netherlands for week 12 in the Premier League, week 12 preview. So starting off then with Michael Smith against Jukic. This is interesting now. This is quite interesting. Now because I don't know. I might take a point, on Smith. Because Michael Smith, this seems to, whenever it's his first game on the Premier League night, he seems to turn up, doesn't he, with the over 100 average, Michael Smith. Rob Cross, as I said, obviously we'll get onto Rob Cross in a minute. I think a win will be massive for Michael Smith because it will keep Rob Cross away, even though I think Rob Cross is out of it. And yes, Rob Cross can probably reach the final and he's probably back in it then in terms of rest of the playoffs. But I don't have a funny punt, I don't have a funny punt on Michael Smith to beat Jukic, This because Michael Smith in his first game, he does seem to turn up with over 100 average. I mean, Jukic can turn up with over 100 average as well. Because it's fucking Jukic. Jukic is just a robot, isn't he? He's a robot. And probably last week, probably week 11, probably the first time we saw Jukic didn't actually play well at all. Apart from that semi-final against Humphreys. If it does say Asied decider, I think will come off plus and Asied, in my opinion. Almendorf is 6-4 win for Michael Smith. Almendorf for Michael Smith to win 6-4. I think Michael Smith probably will need to win more than Jukic. I still think Jukic will be safe in terms of qualifying for the playoffs. So Almendorf is 6-4 win for Michael Smith against Jukic. In that game. Up next then, Rob Cross against Derwin Price. Derwin Price can really spoil Rob Cross, can't he? With a win here. If Derwin Price is to beat Rob Cross, then I think Rob Cross, that is definitely all but ends Rob Cross playoff hopes. So Derwin Price will be looking to be a party pooper and try and kill Rob Cross playoff hopes, in my opinion. While if Rob Cross is to win, it gives him still some little slight hope of potentially getting the playoffs. I still want to be a bit asked for him. But Rob Cross, I think it's a winnable game for Rob. It is a winnable game for Rob Cross, but it's a winnable game for Price as well. Cross will need to win more, in my opinion. And Almendorf, Almendorf a 6-4 win for Rob Cross against Derwin Price, but I wouldn't be shocked if Price wins, because that would all but end Cross playoff hopes. But I've just done for who needs to win more, and I've done for Rob Cross. So, done for Rob Cross to beat Derwin Price 6-4. So, first semi-final will be Michael Smith against Rob Cross, in my opinion. But on to the other quarterfinals, then Peter White against Nathan Aspinall. Nathan Aspinall using, obviously, the first game in week 11 to Mike Van Doren. I think Aspinall responds against Peter White, but then Peter White was 4-1 up against your company, so he will be a dangerous opponent. Peter White for Aspinall. Nothing to play for now. Peter White playing for pride. Peter White looking to keep that recent good form. Yes, we will. Peter White has actually been in recent good form, to be fair, for the next tournament, whatever that next tournament is. I think it's the World Cup of Darts, isn't it? But in terms of the next major, the World Masters. But I'm enough for Aspinall to beat Peter White 6-3, in my opinion. And what I like about Nathan Aspinall now, obviously maybe not last week, but in terms of this Premier League campaign, Nathan Aspinall, we've always said Nathan Aspinall was quite a slow starter, but now he's actually a quick starter. He's now a quick starter in games as well, which is why he's got a chance of qualifying for the playoffs. For the playoffs, of course, Nathan Aspinall. I think he's got better, hasn't he? I think he has got better, Nathan Aspinall. When he won the World Masters, he won the World Masters, Nathan Aspinall. Deservedly won that. It was before the World Masters. We all saw Nathan Aspinall stand dead back into form because he had that, I think it was an arm injury, wasn't it? So I think Aspinall would have to win 6-3 over Peter White, and the final game, Van Durven against Humphries. Hugh Humphries on to become the party spoiler, and it would be a massive win for Humphries as well if he was to step the win, because if anything, if Humphries was to step the win, it will probably make Mike Van Durven get a tough game, like a tough playoff semi-final. Obviously, still a few more nights yet to see who gets who in terms of playoffs. But with it being in Rotterdam, crowd support behind Mike Van Durven. But I think your companies will like that, because you saw the World Champion. Yeah, it was the World Championship, wasn't it? Against Ricardo Petresco, where there was a few German fans booing Humphries, and Humphries quite liked it, didn't they? It fried him on, and Humphries was thumping his ears when he completed that comeback against Petresco. But yeah, Rotterdam, he can't back it. For me, bit of a spoiler on who I think will win Rotterdam, but he can't back against Mike Van Durven in Rotterdam, in my opinion. So I'm going for Mike Van Durven to win 6. Yeah, I'm going to 6-3, actually. I'm actually going to 6-3 Mike Van Durven then Hugh Humphries, in my opinion. And now my semi-finals, Michael Smith against Rob Watts and Aspinall against Van Durven. Starting off with the first semi-final, Michael Smith against Rob Watts. What a game that is. What a game. Especially if you look at the table as well. Because that would be 6 points. That would be 6 points still, if both of them were to step through from their quarter-final games. A win for Michael Smith, and that all but ends Rob Watts' playoff. So for me, Rob Watts probably needs to reach the final, in my opinion. Depending what Aspinall does as well, but like I said, I think Aspinall will use to Van Durven, because I can't bat against Van Durven since Rotterdam. So I've already gave my prediction who will win night 12. I think Van Durven wins night 12 for me. But it would certainly hot the playoff way. So Van Durven, Rob Cross for me, he needs to win his game. He needs to beat Michael Smith, and he probably needs Van Durven to beat Aspinall as well to keep him in that playoff race, in my opinion. But you know what? Actually, I am on for Rob Cross actually to beat Michael Smith in the semi-final. I'm on for Rob Cross to beat Michael Smith, just to try and keep it alive, in my opinion. Just because Michael Smith can turn off at the first game, can't he? And then it just seems to drop off, doesn't it, in terms of semi-finals. So I'm on for Rob Cross to actually reach the final. I'm on for Rob Cross to beat Michael Smith 6-4 to Rob Cross against Michael Smith. So I'm on for Rob Cross to reach the final. And over semi-final, Aspinall against Van Durven. Aspinall will definitely give it a battle against Van Durven, but I think Van Durven beats Aspinall. Probably done with the same again. I would say 6-4 to Mike Van Durven against Nathan Aspinall. And in terms of my final, Rob Cross against Mike Van Durven, I think Van Duren, I think I'm back against Van Duren and Rotterdam. But if World Cross was to win, all of a sudden opens that playoff race up again. If World Cross was to win, and all of a sudden it puts him back in it, right back in it. Because that's what World Cross needs to do. He needs to reach that Easter final, World Cross, to stay in the playoffs, to stay in that playoff race for me. But I think Van Duren beats World Cross in the final. I'm going for a 6-3 win for Mike Van Duren against World Cross. So that is my night 11 review and my night 12 preview. Feel free to leave a thoughts down below on your night 11 on night 11 down below in the comments, and feel free to leave your night 12 predictions down below in the comments. Take care, stay safe.